Welcome to another episode of the hidden teachings of the Bible. And you are in the hands of the watcher. And today we are talking about opposites, the principle of opposites, as it is a strand of truth woven within the scriptures of the Bible, whilst talking about something else, yet referring to this principle. So I want you to remain engaged as we are going to talk about opposites. Now, the first thing that you need to realize is that the physical realm is made out of light. Whatever you see, feel, touch, this is light that has been slowed down to different frequencies. That's why the proper healing that everybody needs beside medication is frequency healing. This is how people are supposed to be healed, not medications. But watch this. And light is thought polarized. When thought is thought, it doesn't have space, time, or weight, and it remains not physical. And then from that point, if thought is divided, it becomes light, and light then creates everything. So everything that you see, it's a creation of polarities, things in opposites. These are what the laws of motion we're talking about. Action and reaction are equal and opposites. So in everything, there is something that is acting and something that is reacting. And those opposite forces are the ones that keep things in balance. The earth hangs in space because of the pull and the push. If one of those things is upsetted, then earth will spin away from its orbit. So there's always going to be opposites now, male and female, plus, minus, negative, positive. There's always going to be positives and negatives. And this is the duality of life is what propagates it. Everything that is happening in opposite, this is why life is actually going forward. For a car to move forward, there has to be an equal and opposite force moving backwards. Much of it transferred to heat through friction. But I think you are starting to get what I'm saying. And this is a theme within the Bible. And one of the three men we are going to be looking at, remember I said we are looking at Paul, we are looking at Jesus, and then we are looking at Solomon. Let's hear what Solomon says. Moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there. and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. This is a man who is not under the sun. Remember, this is the first man to write that the earth is round. So Solomon had a cosmological knowledge. And this man says, I saw something under the sun. And he said that in the place of judgment, I found wickedness. And where righteousness dwelt, there iniquity was found. They are not separate. Judgment and wickedness are found in the same place. Righteousness and iniquity are found in the same place. Why are they in the same place? Because it is because of iniquity that righteousness has a name. Righteousness is righteousness because of the presence of iniquity, the opposite. Solomon says something that we need to look at. This is how life is. The story of Cain and Abel, opposites. The story of Rehoboam and Jeroboam, opposites. Similar names, opposites. Peter and Paul, opposites. It's a theme that is being hidden within the happenings of the Bible. That you cannot love if you do not have hate. Because love and hate share the same dwelling place. So if you allow love to enter, you have also allowed hate. The choice of loving comes also with an equal ability to hate. This is why the message that is called the message of grace is in a difficult place, because you cannot speak about grace without speaking about condemnation. Even if you avoid speaking about condemnation, by speaking about grace, you're speaking about it, because there's always the opposite. The more you try to convince people that the grace side is good, the more you are also teaching about the condemnation side. So there's always going to be dualities in life. Look at Ronaldo, look at Messi, opposites. Look at Jesus, look at Satan, opposites. Look at heaven, look at hell. opposites. It's just a theme. It's just a theme. So here's my question. Is darkness evil when it makes light light? Is iniquity evil when it makes righteousness righteous? Is Pharaoh evil by not allowing the children of Israel to live when he was actually doing his assignment? You have to know every story has an opposite. Every story, everything, up to the microbiology in your body, cells. The earth has got a magnetic field. There is a positive and a negative. Everything is polarized because it is light. The light that was polarized. So darkness is not evil because it is darkness. No, it is just the opposite of light. I want you to hear that. I want you to hear that because it is darkness that made light to be possible. Or even if you want to say it is light that made darkness to be possible, still we are admitting the same thing. Light cannot exist without darkness. It cannot exist. So these are themes. These are hidden teachings that men also like Solomon saw and were teaching. You can never have the ability to do good without the ability to do evil. This is why I think like this now. If Adam is without knowledge of good and evil, then why is he being told what is good and what is evil? If he didn't have the knowledge of good and evil, then why is he being told, do not eat this, do not touch this? Because by that telling, it's either you are activating his knowledge of good and evil, or you are admitting that he was good and evil before the telling. So this is just a principle of dualities, opposing forces, not of holy and evil. These are just opposing forces. This is what drives creation. Opposing forces, waves, the universe of light, the light that is polarized. That is the second dimension, the dimension of light. But when light becomes form, you are in the third dimension. What I'm just trying to say is, you are made up of light, and opposing forces drives your life forward. If your life goes too good, you are you are killing yourself. If your life goes too evil, you are killing yourself. Solomon said it. Do not be overmuch righteous. Do not be overmuch evil. There is a balancing point within the overmuch righteous and the overmuch evil. And in that way, that is the way. Thank you so much for listening. See you again in the next episode.